right, let's look at 1996. There it is. All right, Joel. Right outside the church.
Yeah, that day seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
It does. I'm Mary Theriot, and I'm here with Joel Edwards, and along with Vic Ross, who's no longer with us, we co-founded the Community Caregivers 25 years ago. I was a member of St. Lucy's Parish, which is a Catholic church here in Altamont, along with Vic Ross, and we both worked at St. Peter's together, and Father Roos was the pastor there, and he knew I was a nurse, and he would call me or see me after church and say, so-and-so's dressing has fallen off, and I would go to the home. So I knew that being 15 miles away from a hospital and the way things were, that we needed to help each other.
I had felt that there was a lot more that could be done for people who were in a rural area without normal bus transportation and things, where they needed help to stay in their homes longer. Then when my wife told me what Mary and Vic had been talking about, I said, aha, we're on the same path. We need to talk with each other and get together.
Our first meeting was here at Joel's house around the kitchen table.
We identified 10 people that we felt would be helpful to form an organizing committee. And much to our surprise, all 10 people said yes. When we contacted the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, they were very helpful, and we were successful in getting a $25,000 grant from them to start the organization. That, along with money from the churches, and allowed us to begin the program.
We had Marty Walrath. She was our program director as we opened up, and she was going away for Christmas, and I volunteered to pick up the messages on the answering machine. So I picked one up on Christmas Eve day, and it was a woman, an older woman that lived right near St. Lucy's, who said her light bulb was out. So I said to my husband, we're going anyways that way. Let's just go over and see if we can help her. And we went over, and it was a light bulb in a hallway. My husband had to go get the ladder and put it up, and he did it. The woman looked at us as we were leaving and said, so now I can go to the bathroom tonight. I had always focused on the health of people. It's so much more. What we did by putting a light bulb in made that woman have a good Christmas.
The thing that I get the most satisfaction out of is knowing and providing a platform that people can volunteer to serve others.
Volunteering is in people's blood. That's what makes this work, is that we still have some of the same volunteers we had 25 years ago.
Without effective volunteer recruitment, training, and support, recognition, we won't be able to maintain our program.
Having people continue to donate not only their time and their service, but certainly financially, is something very, very important for everyone. I also think that we need a new generation that will want to stay on and do things for the caregivers.
Well, we've been involved for 25 years, so that means we look a little differently.
My name is Dick Howie, my wife Ellen Howie. We've been associated with Community Caregivers now for 25 years.
I love being part of anything that is pioneering, and immediately went on the board. I was on the board the first 7 years of the organization. I like the idea that people can stay in their own home with the kinds of services the Caregivers has provided for 25 years.
I would take people to their medical appointments, and I loved every moment of it. See a smile on every client's face when I dropped them off for their appointment, and also when I pick them up and take them home. They are so grateful for this service.
I know I'm making a difference. We're providing services that people need, and I know for a fact that it could be me someday. It could be any of us someday.
Neighbors. Helping neighbors means no strings attached.
It was after 2000.
It was after 2000? We'll start with...
You do 2001, see what happens.
And here's a picture. The Judy and I here, Board of Caregivers. This must have been the Board of Directors at the time.
Looked a little younger, huh?
We all looked a little younger. I'm Arnie Rothstein. I am a member of the Board of Directors with my wife Judy. And we, I believe, are the longest serving members of the Board of Directors to date.
We have been involved for a good 20 years. To be involved in an organization for that long, there has to be something about the organization to keep you involved.
We have been in various roles on the board, and at one point both of us were co-presidents. Well, it's far exceeded expectations. And one of the values of keeping the clients served is also keeping them out of institutions. We believe very firmly that warehousing of individuals at a certain age can be reduced by being able to provide services to keep people in their homes as much as possible.
You can't help but see the people who receive the services and know some of the volunteers who provide it, to feel good about your community and the human beings. There are so many good human beings in this world.
I'm Edith Lipman. I am 94. I will be 95 next month on the 15th of October. And I've been a client of Community Caregivers for at least 15 years. Since I didn't drive, you can't get around very well without having a car. Whether it was the dentist, whether it was for the eyes, or the rest of my body, I always needed transportation. Someone that I met referred me to Community Caregivers. It seemed like something that I could use and be happy with. And it came to pass that it was very good to me. We would have wonderful conversations in the car until we got there, and they all seem to take to me. I've given them motherly and or grandmother advice. What I enjoy most about the volunteers is that they have a willingness to accommodate you with where you have to go.
My name is Maureen Kelly, and this is my brother Kevin. And Kevin has been a recipient of the services of Community Caregivers since around 2008. I don't drive. We moved here and there's no bus that goes to the Y. So I did some research and I found Community Caregivers. I was a nervous wreck in the beginning having a stranger take Kevin. But it just turned out, it's just the most wonderful experience ever. They treat him like family. He's gone to a big dinner at one of the churches. He's gone for ice cream with one of the volunteers and her grandchildren.
Volunteers of Community Caregivers are very nice people, and they take me to the Y, and they're like family.
I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Community Caregivers because they have made such a positive influence on Kevin's life, and I just owe them so much.